Hello and welcome back to my F1 Road to Rain series, apparently, because we just can't apparently get rid of the rain in this. It's just ridiculous. We're back again. There's been another 2-week break from the last episode, and there's still rain. Anyway, welcome back to my F1 Road to Glory series for 2020. Last time out, we had, actually a very delightful time at the German Grand Prix. And we come across the line to win the German Grand Prix, and we come across in style to... Oh my, and Raikkonen comes across in style as well. So yeah, we're back for this series then. I do apologise for the massive break between the last episode. I know there was one already before that one, so it's kind of a double apology. And to be fair, right now, Pierre Gassie's doing the exact kind of body language I'm doing when saying this. But yeah, we're back. We're back here now for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Thankfully, it's not going to be actually raining for the entire weekend, just for the practice. So when we get down to business in qualifying and the race, it's all good. And we enter this race with high spirits, and not in like an ironic, it's going to be ruined in 1 second sort of punchline kind of way for the joke. Actually, really good spirits. You know, we won out at the German Grand Prix, and we're in a really comfy position in the championship. Hungary, maybe a tougher race for us. Of course, Sector 2, I don't know how that's going to go for us, because obviously we know the car doesn't have exactly the downforce compared to our competitors. But of course, Sector 1 might be decent. That kind of slingshot onto the main straight through the last corner could be a decent place for us to make some passes and gain some time in qualifying. So speaking about that, let's just delve straight into the action then and go on to that one flying lap. Barreling in towards turn 1 then, looking decent at the moment in first place, as you would imagine, down that main straight, but then through the apex we lose a horrendous amount of time as we're already down to P13, but just showing how close the field spread is as well as we get it back up into P5. And here is the section I was quite worried about, to be honest, but as you're about to see, we actually gain time and positions here. We're in P10 and we've gained places up to P4 now through the entire section, where I thought, you know, this is where the kind of name of Monaco without the barriers comes from at Hungary, but not an issue for our car. Actually looking okay. We're actually closing up even more up into P3 now, kind of flirting with P3 and 4 back and forth, as Verstappen is cleanly in the lead though, so it looks like he is going to be the man on pole position. I believe he's actually the man chasing us in the championship in second place, so that's going to be a little bit worrying, I guess, in a sense that he's looking very strong, but a cross line for us with a decent time, I'd say.
Sorry about that. Just wasn't our day.
Looks like we're returning to fine form then with Jeff, as he's completely clueless. I wouldn't really call that unlucky kind of run there, Jeff. We came in P5 ahead of our teammate Gasly by 4 positions there. Only 2/10 ahead. I know we're 6/10 back, but having perspective on everything, I think we've done an okay job. So, like I mentioned, we have positivity going into this episode, and I'm sticking by that. I don't want to lose that. So, Jeff, none of that talk, okay? We're going here to Hungary, and we're looking okay. A lot better. I was thinking P12 or worse for us, really, because of that Sector 2, but actually looking pretty good. So we're ready to go. We're ready for this Hungarian GP, and it's been many races at this circuit on this game, and I still don't know what on earth this is meant to be. What is this sculpture? Strategy-wise, of course, it's going to be that classic one-stop from soft tire to the mediums, although for some reason my engineer is recommending me to the hard tires. So once again, Williams having no use of data. We don't actually have data for any of the tires or the you know, when we go out and practice, we're actually just kind of hoping and praying the car doesn't fall to bits as we go around the circuit. It's not really about gathering data. We don't actually have any. We don't even bring laptops. When everyone's getting the tire pressures ready and the blankets at the right temperature on the grid, our engineers just stood there by the side of the car, giving the tires a good little kick on the sidewall just to make sure there's no punctures or kind of leaking air. But that's just the top quality service you can expect from the finest Brexiteers in the land. So here we go then to 5 red lights to this Hungarian Grand Prix from P5 on the grid. 5 red lights are out and we're underway, and it is a quick start for Vettel. A slow one for Leclerc. For us being mediocre at best. Albon is going around the outside of Verstappen there. The 2 Ferraris come a little bit close into turn 1. Albon still side by side with Verstappen for the lead. We just about fend off his teammate Valtteri Bottas there, the other Red Bull, as Gasly comes through to make a move. But you can see up ahead, Verstappen on the outside. Albon's put himself in a really good position to maybe get up into first place. They're still side by side down the hill then, and Leclerc joins in. It's going to be 3 wide up ahead, and oh, this contact, and Leclerc, he's out. The GP was 3 wide into one of the tightest corners at this circuit. Never going to work. Virtual safety cars out because Leclerc is out of this Grand Prix very early on. A lot of damage on the front end, I think, as he got squeezed by Verstappen there. You can see Albon and Verstappen coming towards, very close stuff there. And then this is just a suicide mission from Leclerc, and his front left tyres off, the front wings damaged there, and there'll be no charity, I can tell you. That's not deserving of the charity pot we've been trying to campaign for in this series about, you know, fragile front suspensions. That was just a suicide mission from the young man in the Ferrari car, so no sympathy from me as the chairman of that charity, of course. But we're going to come through now and be very, very cheeky, you know, on the restart, because look at this. We're going to time this perfectly. We're alongside Vettel as we go to green. Look, you got to do what you got to do when you're in a slower car. So here we go now, neck and neck with Sebastian Vettel. Drag race down into turn 1. He gets a much better brake zone, but mid-corner able to kind of drift the car through almost and chuck it through into the apex and get up into P3 behind Gasly. Also managed to get Vettel because we squeezed him out so wide there. So top team tactics from Williams evermore in this Grand Prix to get us through. So we're now 3-4 in this GP, and actually looking pretty okay to maybe try and close up to Albon. I don't know what the pace will be like. We've got more yellow flags behind us there. Another incident at that left-hander as Sergio Perez is now out of this Grand Prix. And oh my, wow. Well, at least, you know, it's one thing. It's a very classic and very apt and very accurate depiction of the Ferrari team here in this 2020 F1 Road to Glory series. We now move on to the end of lap number 3, on to 4, and Gasly looking very quick indeed. And for some reason, I was so slow off that last corner, and Gasly powers past, and DRS, of course, activated at this stage of the race, so that may just be the divisive factor. Of course, also, I've compromised a little bit on the setup, so we've got maybe higher wings than Gasly, but we're getting absolutely minced then by Valtteri Bottas on the inside as well. So it's really looking like the Williams of old, really. I don't know where our good car has gone here, because it's understeering all over the place on that left-hander as well. So we're down to P5 then. So it was all going so well, I guess maybe too well, and it had to come down crashing at some point. So now on lap number 6, still chasing after Bottas. To be fair, keeping within 1 second at least here, but not making any kind of headway as Bottas also looks to maybe try and overtake Gasly. So Gasly having to do some defensive work there, but obviously Bottas with the DRS, but Gasly potentially with some good straight line speed. Of course, he would probably not compromise on the wings, being the AI car here, probably has the default set up. So the Williams car is pretty rapid with 6.6 wings, but I believe I'm running, I think, 9.9 or 8.8 potentially. As we move on then to lap number 7 though, those two come in to my annoyance actually, because I feel like the tyres are going off quite badly, and that's also one of the major reasons why I lost out so much to those two. And as you can see through the last corner again, losing out time to Raikkonen, who's on the back of me now, pressurizes me. I go defensive to the inside, get it back to the racing line somewhat, go a little bit wide though, and that allows Raikkonen to swoop down, and for some reason the car is so bad through the first corner on the exit, and the turn-in's just not there, as we're now side by side. It's oh so close between myself and the Iceman, the man who obviously crashed out at the end of the Grand Prix with me quite spectacularly at the end of the German GP. We have a lovely little battle, to be fair, and we maintain what is now first place on the road, just about skating through that left-hander, and we survived at the end of the lap. Then lap number 8, we're in now for our one and only pit stop of the afternoon, onto a set of mediums tyres. We're not going to use the hards. I don't know why Jeff thought that. Maybe he just loves having a hard on. I don't know. I'm not about that life. We're going to go to the medium tyres and go through with the faster compound there. Raikkonen in as well behind us, so it's a battle of the pit stops. Hopefully our team do not let us down. No, that is a very sweet pit stop. We actually gained some time on the racing point there as we sorry, pink Mercedes I should say. As we come out then of the pit lane, we're going to come through into some clean air just ahead of the McLaren and behind Valtteri Bottas. So we haven't actually lost out too much time to Bottas, considering we fought quite hard with Raikkonen on the in-lap there. So we're still within touching distance of my teammate and Valtteri. And speaking of, we're going to come through the left hand on lap number 10, looking quick now. So these tyres, the tyre wear was definitely a factor, because now the car is feeling supreme. And look at that exit, look at the engine go round the outside, and it's a sweet move on the outside there. Very unorthodox place to make a pass there, especially in a car of ours, basically, you know, lack of downforce and all. And we made it look easy. It's like taking candy from a baby. So now we're behind our teammate Pierre Gasly, battling for that podium position. At this stage, I think it's probably booked in that Verstappen will be getting the win. He's looking like he's dominating this GP. Albon's even fallen away. He's actually only up the road on the minimap. You can can see. So I think we're going to lose out a lot of points to Verstappen. So it's all about damage limitation here and trying to get as high as we can. So P3 if we can as we dive around the outside. It's a big move, but Gasly gets the elbows out, pushes us wide. We have to be careful there because the front right could tear off. You saw how easily Leclerc's came off. We've got to be careful out here. But as we now go toe-to-toe with Bottas, it's another great little side-by-side battle here at the Hungaroring. Don't know what's going on in the waters here in Hungary, but we're having some great scrapping here as we get up behind Bottas, get back in the toe, open DRS to get the move back on the Finn in the Red Bull. We're going to cut to the right, but Bottas keeps his nose in and just does not want to give up the position on the right-hand side there, but a little squirm on the rear allows us to push him away, and we're back up into P4. We're going to have to try and go again on Gasly. This time, though, not making a move, a rash one in Sector 2. This time, Bradley pushing him through the last corner, so now he's the one doing quite badly off that exit, and now we open DRS. It's our turn to get revenge back from earlier on in the Grand Prix as we swoop through to the inside lap. Number 13, lock up on the front right there, just about keep it through into the way inside the white lines, and Gasly is sent wide and Bottas is up, so a little bit cheeky from me. I didn't intend to do that, but you know what, my vendetta against Pierre Gasly continues in this series, and so I'm not going to say I'm too worried and upset that he's down to that position, although saying that, I've just made a massive mistake and I've just helped him back there because I slowed up Valtteri Bottas, and there you go. Gasly's actually back up into P. Why did I say anything? I shouldn't. I jinxed it, clearly, and I'm just making too many mistakes, and every time I do, I'm just helping the car behind me, apparently. So, yeah, forget that. Gasly's back up into P4. Merry times. And it just gets worse because he's now down or inside. He's got the DRS, of course, on lap number 17, so we're going to try and defend from him, but we're on the curb very badly. The rear end steps, and so that was another mistake from us, and Gasly maintains the P3 now as we go on towards the last lap. This will be, I don't know if we can make a move in Sector 2, of course, so potentially the move will be done on the last lap unless we have a little look around the outside here. Just no, unable to make that. That was going to be another Leclerc moment if we tried it, so we're going to have to stick on, and now we are going fully on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. Can we get the third place back from our teammate here, and what is likely our biggest rival in this season, really, from the past few episodes? As we go through on the right, it's very close on the left-hand side there. Tyre almost grade side pod. We're neck and neck on the exit. We get the DRS open. We're going to have to force him on the left-hand side. The tyres are so close to tapping each other. Gasly with a little bit of understeer in that corner. We lock up on the front left, but we're going to hang it through on the outside, get the move done down the hill, up into P3 on the last lap of the Grand Prix. You love to see it, but as we come through in the last sector, I realise we're on low fuel, minus 0.14 nearly there. We go down to lean mixture, and we're going to have to do some massive lifting and coasting. Is this even possible? I know our engine's very efficient, but is it efficient enough with some lifting and coasting as we go? No, it's not! We're into low fuel mode. We're still going on, but through the last corner now, we're in low fuel. Gasly's behind us, Bottas is behind us, to the line. We've got no steer, and Gasly's just... Oh, he's overtaken us. You know what? I'm starting to think that 2-week break we took, I think it should have been a permanent break. Why did we come back? Oh, my Lord. Oh, what an embarrassing moment there. Last, literally, few corners, and that's where we run out of fuel. That is absolutely abysmal, and now look at this. Look at that smog. Look at him waving to the crowd on the right. That smog little French bastard on the right-hand side. He's been so smog before. He's even tightened up his collar there, making sure he looks all fine and dandy for the podium. That should have been ours, Pierre. That should have been ours. There's no interviews with Claire this episode. Clearly, she thought I was going to be too pissed off to talk to her. I think the game's kind of guessed that correctly, to be fair. So Verstappen with the win. We're down to P4, so he closed up quite a fair bit. And so our lead is eroded to only 7 points then in the championship. Still a massive one then down to Vettel and Gasly. So it's looking like maybe a 2-horse race, and we're going toe-to-toe with Verstappen in his Red Bull in a Williams car. I'll say that again. We're going against Verstappen in a Red Bull, a rapid one at that, in a Williams car. Or as many of you know it, a toothpaste on wheels, IKEA desk that has a rocket strapped to it, just a blur of mechanical parts set to fail any time. It's, yeah, we're going to have to perform miracles around here, I feel, because we've lost what was a very big cushion in one race, so it's not looking great, I can't lie. And you can see here our team are forever confident in the work we do, as we've been given extra resource points for getting 37 points. 37. We're going for a world championship, and our team is worried about us getting 37 points. over the course of, what is that, 4 races is the contract period for this perk. Yeah, they don't have much confidence in us or themselves, clearly. That's the kind of morale we instill in the factory. So we're going to go ahead and purchase a front downforce upgrade. I wanted to do a front and rear, but we don't have enough money, typical. So the team probably spent it all on the booze, celebrating last episode a bit too much, so I can't blame them. It doesn't come around often, obviously, the champagne. So we only have enough to afford the first front downforce upgrade, so hopefully that doesn't mean the rear end stepping out like a bucking donkey next episode. But those upgrades to come, a chassis one still to come, so maybe some merry times. And we've got Belgium and Italy next, 2 high speed, top end speed circuits that are going to come in handy for us, so it could be quite a fantastic next few episodes, and I hope that they will be coming out a little bit sooner than they have been last 2, I promise, guys. But guys, if you did enjoy this one, be sure to smash the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for weekly following content. I've been aarava. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.